If you are feeling like you have got to make your adoption profile today so that you can bring home your baby, you're not wrong and you're not alone. I remember feeling that way in my own adoption journey. And as a matter of fact, that's one of the biggest questions that all of my clients have whenever they reach out to me is, how quickly can we do this? Because we all know that an expectant parent has to get to know you in order to choose you to parent their baby. And the adoption profile is the way that you get there. So how do you create your adoption profile quickly without spending months agonizing and working to perfect every single little word? You need to follow a proven process that has helped over 1,000 other families bring home their baby through adoption over the last 8 years. I have a process called the Emotionally Connected Adoption Profile Process that I've created that helps my clients do just that. And today, I'm going to show you just how quickly you can make your adoption profile when you follow that process. The very first step in this process is to get clear on your story. And we use the Adoption Profile Clarity Builder system to help you do just that. This tool basically helps you write an outline of your profile in a way that it's going to make it easier for someone to get to know you. It helps to organize the 1,000,001 things that you want to say about your family into specific themes that make it easier for someone to understand what's really important to your family. What are your core values as a family? How do you like to spend your time? All of those pieces of information are really important and get organized inside the Adoption Profile Clarity Builder system. And that outline that we create using that system becomes the outline for all of the other different types of profiles that we'll build for you based upon your matching. We'll use that outline in your profile book, in your adoption profile video, on social media aspects, on your adoption profile website. Every single piece of information that we create for you, we use that outline to make sure that it's easy for someone to get to know you. Now, if this is sounding like a foreign language, I do have a free training coming up where you can show up and ask me questions live and where I'm going to be going through this in a bit deeper information. You can head on over to myadoptioncoach.com/training to join us live. You can pick any time that works best for your schedule and have access to me to ask any questions that you have. Okay, so let's move on to step number 2 in this process, and that is making an emotional connection. To make an emotional connection in your adoption profile, we use the Emotional Connection Builder framework. The Emotional Connection Builder framework works with how the human brain takes on information based upon the different learning styles and helps make it easier for that information to be categorized, stored, and retained. Now, I know this sounds like a lot of art meeting science, and it really is. This is something that I have been taught over the last 25 years by some of the biggest brands in the world on the way that they communicate messages to their intended audiences. It's okay. You can totally go look me up on LinkedIn. I still have a day job. I do this as a passion. But what I've done is I have taken those marketing principles that I've been taught by some really big brands, who I won't say here so that I don't get in trouble. But I've taken the learnings from those really big brands and I've applied them to the adoption world. I've applied them to the structure and the way that you tell stories and the way that it helps you become more memorable. See, those brands want to be memorable whenever you show up to the store to buy the something that you need. Maybe you need to buy shampoo or soda, and they want to be memorable so that you're choosing them. What I've done is I've taken those same principles and I've applied it to adoption to make you more memorable versus someone else who's not using this approach. This is what's ultimately going to help you stand out from the crowd of other people hoping to adopt babies. Now, what we've done is we've taken the Adoption Profile Clarity Builder system to help organize the information that you want to communicate. Then we've taken the Emotional Connection Builder framework to really bring out examples in the ways that we're going to tell those specific stories. And now that we have those two pieces of foundational information about your family ready to go, it is time to put it into the actual profile elements themselves. Now, you're going to need to choose which type of profile element makes the most sense based upon the way you're matching your adoption, and then you need to apply it. So now that you've gotten really clear on your story, and now that you've written examples that will help make an emotional connection, it's time to actually start building your profile. Now, there are 2 routes that you can use to build your profile. You can go it yourself with templates that you can buy. I have templates that you can purchase from me, or you can purchase them from other places, or you can hire a graphic designer and a team that specializes in doing adoption profiles. Either way, the point is to create something that looks custom to you with different colors and fonts and treatments. And then you want to apply that to your profile elements, maybe to an adoption profile website, or to social media graphics, or to a video. You're going to pick which elements you need, and then you're going to go work and create those actual elements. So now that you've created your adoption profile elements, maybe your website or your adoption profile book or an adoption profile video, right? Once you've created all of those things, it is time to move on to sharing your profile. Now, when it comes to sharing your profile, you do need to follow a step-by-step process from someone who's helped over 1,000 people match their adoptions in order to make this a little bit easier for you to follow along and understand. But if you need help choosing which types of profiles you need before you're even ready to build it or share it, then you want to check out this video where I covered the different types of adoption profiles you need based upon if you're working with an adoption agency or consultant, or even self-matching your adoption.